It has been 19 years since 9/11, and despite what the Trump administration might say today, despite the platitudes and their faux concern about the safety of Americans, the truth is behind the scenes, and this is according to an exclusive report by the New York Daily News, the Trump administration has been going out of its way to siphon money away from a fund that's meant to pay for the healthcare and medical services of first responders, including firefighters, police officers, or anyone else who showed up to the scene of 9/11 to help rescue people and to clean the rubble. Now, the Treasury Department mysteriously started withholding parts of payments nearly 4 years ago, meant to cover medical services for firefighters, emergency medical technicians, and paramedics treated by FDNY, World Trade Center Health Program. The payments were authorized and made by the National Institute for Occupational Safety and Health, which oversees the program. But instead of sending the funds to the city, the Treasury Department under Steve Mnuchin started keeping some of the money. And they did it without any notice. They have not explained why. They are essentially taking money away from the people who put their lives on the line in order to help rescue others and to help clean up the destruction on 9/11. So the program director has come out and he shares his thoughts. He says that he was docked about $500,000 each year in 2016 and 2017. Then it crept up to about $630,000 in 2018 and 2019. This year, Treasury has nearly tripled its extractions, diverting $1.447 million through late August. So Woz, last year, I think it was last year, there was just this huge story about how congressional lawmakers, Republicans in particular, were unwilling to fund the program necessary to help first responders pay for their medical expenses. And many of them have had these rare forms of cancer, all sorts of ailments as a result of their courage and the fact that they were willing to go out there and help as much as they could. But because of Jon Stewart, of all people, congressional lawmakers were pressured into passing the funding necessary. Now we're learning about funding being taken away by the Trump administration. We don't know why, and they certainly haven't announced this.
And the most annoying part about this, Anna, is that these people, particularly in the Republican Party, nobody pays more lip service to the idea of honoring the troops. And then we don't fund our veterans, we don't fund the VA, or 9/11, never forget. And then we treat the first responders and firefighters and the people who put their lives on the line for during that terrible tragedy like crap. It just, that's the most frustrating part about it, because nobody pays more lip service to this while doing absolutely nothing in the form of policy and funding for all these people who are in need. It's hilarious, man. It would be hilarious if it wasn't so sad. And again, we're talking about health insurance benefits. Like, people have had all kinds of cancers and adverse effects from being first responders to this, and health insurance doesn't cover it. And of course, we're not talking about the horrible health insurance situation that we find ourselves here in America, but your health insurance doesn't cover a lot of the stuff that these people need. Their lives were literally ruined by these heroic acts. And you just see this level of avarice, which again, sadly, is par for the course when it comes to the Trump regime, up and down. It's just a regime full of grifters from the very top on.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. And I'm embarrassed to say that I came to this realization so late in the game, because I really genuinely did think that in politics, better ideas win. Cruelty, if it's exposed, aggressively enough, then people will come to the right conclusions. But I'm also realizing now, again, very late in my career, that the vast majority of politics relies on theater. And so the Republican Party is much better at theater. They're just better at messaging. And so they have taken this label of patriotism as their own. They claim to, support the troops more than Democrats do or more than the left does, which is absolutely ridiculous when you consider the fact that our troops are so underpaid compared to how many hundreds of billions of dollars are appropriated to the military budget every year,
Blackwater's never underpaid.
Right, that's exactly right. That's exactly right. And the Trump administration has floated the idea of cutting $2 billion from the defense budget, not for weapons, not for all of the nonsense that we've been spending this military budget on.
Weird planes that don't work.
Right. They want to cut $2 billion in healthcare funding for troops and veterans. Okay, and this is after Congress increased the budget yet again for the military. So I think you make such a good point. And the worst part about all of this is we don't really have an opposition party that understands messaging, understands the importance of political theater. They just kind of let the Trump administration and the Republican Party run with whatever narrative they want. And I'll give you a statement from Chuck Schumer on this very issue that we're talking about today. He just released a statement. The Trump Treasury Department siphoning congressionally appropriated funds meant to pay for 9/11 workers' health care is an outrageous finger in the eye of the firefighters, cops, and other first responders who risk their lives for us, Schumer said. This needs to stop forthwith. And payments to the workers' health program must be made whole and now. What is wrong with you, Chuck Schumer? He's not saying anything wrong. It's just, that's it. He released a statement and he'll drop it now. It's over.
This is one of probably the 3 or 4 most powerful people in the Democratic Party. And that's his response to basically something that's unconscionable, an unconscionable act. And again, the Republicans are great at, they love flyovers, they love saluting, they love all of the fake, showy sort of, we love the troops, support the troops. I can't believe Colin Kaepernick would kneel. They're great at the symbolic sort of gestures. That's all they do. They never put their money where their mouth is. But the Dems, this is not something Chuck Schumer is committed to. Let's face it. If Donald Trump's administration were doing something that say Chuck Schumer found abhorrent in reference to Israel, whoa, boy, trust me, his response would not have been this tepid, because that's something that he really cares about and is passionate about. And it just shows when they're not passionate about a subject, this is what you see.
Yeah, that's such a great point. I mean, Nancy Pelosi, tepid response after tepid response when it comes to something horrendous that Trump is doing. But you get some progressives demanding passage of the Green New Deal. Oh,
the hammer's coming down for sure.
Yeah, definitely.
Thanks for watching the Young Turks. Really appreciate it. Another way to show support is through YouTube memberships. You'll get to interact with us more. There's live chat emojis, badges. You've got emojis of me, Anna, John, JR. So those are super fun. But you also get playback of our exclusive member-only shows and specials right after they air. So all of that, all you gotta do is click that join button right underneath the video. Thank you.